Good morning.
Morning.
I heard Tyler talked about yesterday on the call. Welcome. I gather you're fairly new to KW. Uh-oh, he must be on a call. Hi, Robin.
Good morning. There's big dogs here.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Your big dog made my little dog bark. Well, she just... woof.
good morning, everyone. How are we?
Good.
Good morning.
Doing great.
Everyone's in their places with bright, shining faces.
We
And-
are. Good morning.
Good morning, Tyler. Good morning, Mara. Good morning, Robin. Good morning, Stephanie. Good morning, Stephen. Hello, Miss Sarah. Hola, Annette. Good morning, Jacob and Nicole. How's your walk going, Miss Nicole?
I'm not on it yet.
Oh, slacker. Come on now.
Yeah, I can't find my earbud things. Ugh.
Dude, fix your ears.
Anyway.
Morning, Stormy.
Good morning.
Awesome. So today we're going to talk about some tie downs and what a tie down is. Someone tell me what a tie down is.
Tie down is on a manufactured home, and it basically is
That is
certified.
not the tie down he's talking about, and you know it.
Well, I was actually going to use what he says and to my format. Like Stormy says, it's what's anchoring the mobile home to the ground, keep it from flying away. It solidifies the mobile home, right? So just like a mobile home tie down in conversation anchors the conversation, anchors the point. You see what I'm saying? You guys can understand that, right?
Yes.
Is it? I know kind of what it is, but just to clarify up front, like there's the like the relationship that somebody's having, and that's kind of like you're together. But then there's like the point that you're trying to make, like, hey, you should do this. Is that where we're going with the tie down, or
Yeah,
like
a tie down is a piece of technology you use in scripting that will help you anchor a conversation. Your relationship in itself is a tie down.
Yeah.
Not what we're talking about.
Mm.
So notice how when I was talking, I put some tie downs together. Did you catch them?
Yes.
Right.
probably my head was shaking the whole time I'm listening to you.
Oh, tie downs are as simple as, doesn't that make sense? Does that work? Are you with me? Do you see what I mean? Do you see what I'm saying? Does that help? Do you understand? Understand? Got it? Correct?
Okay.
Right? All these things that you use at the end of the sentence. But the important is the deflection you use on it is your tonality dropping. You see what I'm saying? Versus, you see what I'm saying? So the dropping of your tonality anchors that point. Well, you got a buyer, right? Doesn't want to put an offer in. Well, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, I can see that you don't want to put an offer in. Like you, a lot of my clients want to think about it, but do you want to sleep on it, or do you want to sleep in it? Because right now we got to take action. Does that make sense? I'm tying down that point. Because when I say that makes sense, and they say, well, yeah, you're right. And what you're looking for is you're seeking for that agreement. You're seeking for them to say, yes, you're right. It does make sense. I do understand you. I am with you. That is correct. We say it every day in our conversations and scriptings. We just may not realize that we're saying it. It's as simple as, well, what I'm hearing is that you wanted a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. Is that correct? The tie down solidifies that statement in their brain. It ties them to it. Stormy, what I'm hearing is that you said you want to wait until the market gets better. Am I correct?
I think so. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because what we can do is now we can utilize that as an anchor of a conversation. Well, Stormy, what is it about the market getting better that you're most intrigued about?
A lower price.
Okay. And what would a lower price do for you?
Save me some money.
Okay. Well, if I could save you some money with the interest rate, regardless of the price of it, the monthly investment would be what your concern is, right?
Oh, you mean by paying like a lower interest rate and saving more money like that?
Absolutely. With a lower interest rate, you'd be saving on your monthly investment and over time actually paying less on the interest of the house, making the overall cost of ownership much right. You see how that works?
Actually, Dan, now that you explain it, I do.
Well, thank you, Stormy. Sign right here. No, thank you for being over the top with it, Stormy. But that's how the tie downs work. It's Tyler's on our call. We're going to join him in a little bit. Tyler, in your everyday conversations, how often do you use tie downs?
Pretty much all the time, because if you're not using tie downs, you're not having a conversation. You're just talking at a buyer or a seller. A tie down will help you build rapport, and it also lets you know that they're still paying attention. And sometimes I'll just use them because I'll be doing a consultation with a husband and a wife, and the wife's really focused in and she's like in it, and then the husband's just kind of like not there. So then I might ask the question of the husband to kind of draw him into the conversation as well. So that way I can get rapport and as well as get the feedback. And if there's any issues, like if I'm showing a house or anything like that, I want to use a tie down, because if there's any issues, I want to address it right then and there. I don't want them to go home and then think about it on their own. And, you know, maybe people tend to make bad decisions if they don't have good advice. So I like to just get that feedback right away and just tackle it right away.
No, you're absolutely right. People do make terrible decisions when they have bad advice. So tie downs are key. Go ahead, Stephanie.
I know I should just stop asking questions because that's
Never.
what Jesse would tell me. No, but so far a lot of the things that we said, like the answers could just be yes, no, that's okay. Like it's just a yes or no. It's not like Tyler just said, like we have to go in and explain. I mean, unless we really need some clarification, like they need to clarify by saying more than a yes or a no.
It's not so much to clarify as it is to, sorry, I was trying to get the share. I'm trying to record the gallery view on the recordings and I can't seem to get that to work. When we're doing a tie down, it's to engage in the conversation at a deeper level and anchor a statement. Not so much flushing out information. That's what we do in our deep dive conversations. The what makes you say that, out of curiosity, where'd that come from? Tell me more. Oh, that's interesting. Would you please elaborate? These are things that's going to flush out more of that objection or more of that statement so that you can make a better educated, shift in your conversation. What Tyler said, without using a tie down in your conversations, you're talking at somebody, not with them. You guys with me? Notice how every time I say you guys with me or I use a tie down, I get head nods.
Mm-hmm.
It creates a physical response in you guys to respond. Can a tie down be nonverbal?
Absolutely. Oh yeah, just a
Like
head
you
nod.
raise your
Like if you're talking to
eyebrows?
somebody and you want them to say yes, just start nodding your head yes, and they tend to go with it. It could be a smile, like if your nonverbal absolutely plays a huge role. Yeah, Dan's smiling, it makes me want to smile, right? I mean, that's just the way it goes.
You can tell you're commanding a conversation if they start mirroring and matching you.
Just on my phone calls lately, Dan, I've noticed myself like nodding. So I'm like, why am I nodding? They can't see me, but
They can hear it. True, as true as the day is long, people can hear that in your tonality. It's not obvious. It's super subtle. It's almost micro subtle. But what it does is it creates an inflection in your voice when you're talking and shaking your head. And the tone that you present through that call is received on the other end. Just like when I say smile and dial.
Mm-hmm.
You can project that energy through the phone call and they can never see your face. Like right now, am I smiling? Are you guys having a good day today? I hope you're having a good day today versus, hey, are you guys having a good day today? You don't need to see my face to have that connection. The tie down just anchors in those points, and there's simple stuff by saying, isn't that true? Hey, I know that we're in a hurry to make an offer on a house, but we don't want to rush into it. Isn't that right? The inflection goes down just a little bit. Because what it does, it sets up a negative social space. when you drop tone, it's commanding a response. It's like the cop saying, "Where were you on Thursday night?" The entire tone is going down. Versus, "Where were you on Thursday night?" None of your business. So that's why I want you guys to just understand that we can use these in tie downs, but when you're doing it to fortify a point, and you kind of just feel like you're just talking at somebody, get that tie down to bring them back in the conversation. What do you think? Now you guys are picking up on it. Now you're like, shit, he's been doing this to us the entire time. For months, right? Isn't that true? It's fun because when you start to understand the language linguistics and the dance of the words that we use, you can have a lot more fun with it. Somebody give me a tie down. I will go around the room.
So Dan, what you're saying is you want one of us to give you a tie down?
Now, a better tie down for that, Tyler, is to end it with, "Isn't that true?" So what I'm hearing, Dan, is you're telling me.
Oh, Dan, is that true?
Is that true? It is, absolutely. So, tie down. Mara, give it a shot.
Well, I was just using right. It seemed like a really great time to buy, right?
Absolutely. Drop your tone, right?
It's like a really great time to buy, right?
Right? Wouldn't you agree?
That sound right?
Does that sound right? Yeah, it does, absolutely. Right, correct, got it. All right, Miss Robin, give it a shot. Which Robin's going to talk first? I got Robin Bender, Robin Freeman. Oh my God. Robin Bender unmuted first.
Hey, the interest rates are perfect right now. I think it's the perfect time to buy, don't you?
I do. I would drop your tone because you went up a little bit of an upswing. Seeking agreement, not response. Try it again.
I think the interest rates are perfect for this timing. I think it's perfect to go ahead and do an offer, don't you? I can't do it. I can't do it.
You did it though. You did. It was subtle, but it's micro subtle. The difference between an upswing and a downswing is one's seeking agreement, the other one's seeking response.
Okay.
You guys want to go to the movies? You want to go to the movies? Different tone. You said you wanted to go to the movies, isn't that right? You told me you cleaned your room, right? Not, you told you to clean my room, right? So, all right, Robin Fryman, you're next.
So I understand you'd like to save money in your monthly payment. Is that correct?
Perfect. Great job. Yeah, I do actually want to save money in my payment. I've been thinking about it. Stephanie, no more questions. Now time for a script. Oh, we lost her to the baby times. It's okay. She'll be back. Steven. Are you with us, Steven?
Yeah, I'm here. I heard you wanted to go with us to list your house. Is that correct?
That is correct. There you go. See.
Well, thank you, sir.
Now you're thinking about it. It's getting easier to drop that tone. Sarah with the pretty hair this morning.
Hi.
Your hair does look phenomenal today, by the way. Great job.
Thank you. I actually took some time to do something to me. So I got to ask a question with I see this is where I really go wrong because I'm like wicked excited all the time.
and this is why we do this, is because I'm the same way. I mean, Tyler has seen me in the office and talking, and I get on a tantrum and rant, and I just go with it. But then my brain clicks in, and you gotta anchor this, and I'll stop, and it'll be like almost a break in the conversation, and it picks right back up. You're like, that was weird, but it worked. So when you get super excited about it, you want to just be, hey, I'm super excited about this for you. You guys want to put a house in this house. It's going to be a beautiful house. I would love to see you guys live here. Does this fit what you guys were looking for?
Okay, so I'm going to piggyback off that then. This house checks off all of your must-have lists. Isn't it absolutely perfect for you?
It is.
Okay. Awesome.
It was that little trail at the end. It's subtle, but it works. You guys are picking up on it. That's awesome. Good job. Stormy.
Okay, let me think. The market.
The other day when I was in there, I saw you on the phone and you were talking to a buyer and you were talking about the process. Think about that conversation and how you could have inserted an anchor, a tie down
Okay.
for some of the points you were making.
Okay. Well, we both agreed that the market was great to sell right now. So why would you wait?
Well, so on that statement, we both agreed the market was great right now, right?
Yeah, there you go. I don't think I can do that though. I don't think I can play it down. It's more of a question. So I would say
slow it down. If you can't, if you're having a problem with the tone, start with slowing it down.
Okay.
Well, it sounds like you and I were discussing that the market is great right now, correct?
Yeah.
I think Stormy always uses them.
He does. He just doesn't realize he does. I want him to use them more purposefully so that he can anchor specific points.
I do too.
Wouldn't you agree, Stormy?
Yeah, I would. Well, listen, Dan, I mean, if you show up to work every day, I can learn better, right?
Right. The most consistent person on this call is talking. All right, Dick Nichols, Big Country coming out.
Well, I tell you, I have a favorite tie down I use almost every day, many, many times. And that is, I realize that most Americans want to be looked upon as being fair-minded and fair to people. We don't want to be considered unfair. So let's say I ask a question. You're looking for a horse property and you really want to get the best value and have someone negotiate who's an expert in horse properties. Fair enough? And the key word is fair enough.
Fair enough.
And
That's
I usually
back to the first conversation.
Pardon me?
So I love the way it ties back to your conversation. People want to be fair. You said it a couple of times and then fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. I hope you guys picked up on that.
They don't tell me that.
Miss Sanchez, did you find your earbuds?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a little crazy in this household right now with these 3 dogs. They're just going crazy today. Go ahead.
All right, give me your tie down. Give me a tie down.
How does Wednesday at 2 o'clock sound?
Not quite a tie down, just a question.
No. Oh.
So if you're going along the line of appointments, well, it really sounds like you and I should get together, right? There's the tie down, right?
Oh, well, right. Oh.
You know, it seems like the best use of yours and I's time is to get together and discuss this property. Wouldn't you agree?
Okay. Right. I really don't talk like that at all. I mean, I've been listening to you guys, but I don't talk like that at all. So that's like something I have to really work on.
Yeah, let me tell you the strongest thing I ever adopted for my sales career was being uncomfortable talking like I don't talk. These are scripts and words.
Yeah. Okay.
Mnemonic devices used by people that make a lot more money than I do. So if it doesn't sound like you, imagine it sounds like who you need to become to get to where you want to go.
Got that right.
You got this.
So with the interest rate so low right now, I would think that right now we should jump on this and get looking at the houses. Does that sound right?
There you go. We were cutting off a little bit, but you got there. Does that sound right?
You're frozen.
It's okay. I liked it. Good job. I love that you got uncomfortable and did that.
I think so. I have to practice that. Okay.
Downswing on our volume.
Yeah, I heard it a little bit. But that's great.
I have to go lower.
So you want to do it again?
Okay. I need a different. I really want to do the appointment.
Okay, do it.
Like you did before. Okay. Can you guys hear me? I think I'm in that spot in my house. Okay. How does Wednesday at 2 or Thursday at 3 sound? No, those are still questions.
Question.
What did you say?
Before asking for the question, so Nicole, it sounds like the best use of our time is to get together and discuss this property in person. Wouldn't you agree? Does that sound right? Agree, right?
Oh, wouldn't you agree? Doesn't
Something
it?
like that. So, and
You're
then,
essentially trying to get the person
Okay, I
to
need to practice
confirm.
those.
yes, yeah, we're exactly. So we're
Yes.
getting them to confirm the statement, because what you're doing, and especially when it comes to an appointment, is you can levy the relationship or the conversation so far to a turning point. Well, Sarah, I've had a great conversation with you. It really sounds like you're motivated to make a move in this market right now. It sounds like the best use of our time is for us to get together and go over the process a little bit more formally. Wouldn't you agree?
Okay, I need to practice that.
And then we can go into, you know your schedule better than I do. When's a good time for us to get together? Well, I don't know. Okay, would you like to do something this week or next? Earlier in the week, later in the week, going down that path. So the appointment schedule versus just the, would you like to get together? So the anchoring the conversation anchors the point where you're saying, it sounds like you're pretty interested in buying or making a move. I think we should get together. Don't you agree? Now they're agreeing on both parts, but more so the getting together. It's a secondary idea there. So, Ms. Hanson,
Okay.
Are you going to go again, Nicole?
No, I'm good. I wrote some notes.
Perfect. Notes are a good thing. Heather, you're up.
All right. So I hear you saying you need to sell your house before you can buy a new one. Is that right?
It is right. Watch your tone at the end. It went up.
All right. So wouldn't you say we should sit down and get those papers signed? Did it
Now,
again, didn't I?
fine. At the end, right there, you said, agree?
Yeah,
Correct?
I heard it.
So just like you said at the end there, it sounds like we need to sit down and get these paperwork signed, right?
Yeah. It sounds like we need to sit down and get these paperwork signed. Is that right?
There you go. So again, watch your tone, because you're seeking the agreement, not just
Okay.
the response. So the right is the I want to be your friend. The up, I want to be your friend. Down is I want you to answer and respect what I just said. So hey, you can be friendly, you can be super over top. Like I said, Heather, it really sounds like you and I need to get together and talk about this in person and fill out all the paperwork. Is that correct?
Okay.
Slow it down. It just notice every time I do it, what do I do with my body? I kind of do the same motion with my body, the downturn.
Right.
I'll even do it in a conversation. You'll see me like tip my head. Isn't that right? Correct? Tonality comes from physicality. Whew. Words are tough, guys. For a scripting guy, words are tough. But give it another shot, Ms. Heather.
Okay. So I hear you saying that you need to sell your house before you can buy a new one. Is that right?
That is right. See, there you go.
Okay.
Is that right?
So how about we get together?
There we go. I like it. Let's get together. Miss Samantha Davis, all the way from the New York's of Phoenix. I don't know. You're like big city girl, an hour and a half. Us country folk down here in Tucson.
Okay. No, I'm kidding. So this house checks a lot of your must-haves and has quite a few of those like-to-haves that you mentioned. Don't you agree this one would be a great one to write up an offer on?
I do. So the question there at the end kind of nullified a tie down. So when you get the do it again, but before you ask the question, just ask for the agreement. Wouldn't you agree? So it sounds like it would be ideal for us to get an offer put on this so we don't lose it. Correct? So try it again.
Okay. So it sounds like this one ticks a lot of checks all of your must-haves and a lot of your like-to-haves. Wouldn't you agree this one would be a good one to put an offer in on?
Yes. It's a long tie down, so you can make it shorter. So this house checks every one of your must-haves and even some of the likes. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah,
So it sounds like it would be ideal for us to get together and put an offer on this property so that you don't lose it, right?
Right? Okay. So it sounds like this one would be a good one to make an offer on, right?
Right. Because then you're doing this the whole time. It's hard for me not to have an agreement style conversation and not have my head going up and down. If I want somebody to say yes to something, it's just so natural for me to do this.
Yes.
I look like a bobbling retard when I'm having a conversation with someone because I know I'm going to ask them a yes or no question soon. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
So Letha, are you with us?
Yep, I'm here.
All right, give it a shot, girl.
Okay, so the next step in the process is to get pre-qualified. I've already texted you the number of the lender. When we get off the phone, you're gonna call him, right?
Ooh, nice. Very firm tie down. Very firm. I like it. But be careful using stuff like that because that almost feels like you're correct. You're dividing, not dividing. You are being divisive and forcing action. Sometimes people adverse to that because they don't like being told what to do. So what you can say in that, so our next step is to get pre-qualified. And I've already sent off your information to the lender. I've already given you his information. So the next step would be calling him, right?
Oh, the problem is I sat there and practiced it the whole time you guys were practicing it, so that by the time I spit it out, it sounded very decisive.
Well, that's okay. That's the beautiful thing is I'm glad that you're practicing in your mind and getting ready for it. So not every day am I going to go through the whole screen and call out everybody because sometimes we're not going to do this, but it's good that you have the understanding of how to use these devices correctly so that you can gain better agreement when you agree.
I would.
There you go. Miss Annette, you're next. Dun, dun, dun. All right, we'll move on. Jacob. Tell me you've
No,
been
I'm
practicing.
here.
Oh,
I'm here.
Okay. All right. Annette unmuted herself finally. We have it.
So I actually always don't say anything in English. So these days English is a problem because I talk in Kinyarwanda most of the time, but I'm gonna try. So it looks like many people you see around who do different same jobs as you do are owning homes. And it's the right time to explain to you how they do that. Don't you think?
Ooh, I like it. Good job. Don't you think? We haven't heard that one yet. Good job. Mr. Jacob, your turn.
This house has all the space you need, right?
Simple. Beautiful. Miss Cindy, you're joining in on us. I'm a little bit late in the call, but I can keep you abreast of it if you want.
Yeah, sorry about that. I
It's
figured
all
I'd
right.
catch the last bit of it.
We're talking tie downs. A lot of great ones in there. We got 3 minutes left. So I want to share some things with you. You can get stuff like, how does that sound? Wouldn't you agree? Isn't that correct? Isn't that true? Okay. Oh, okay. Right? True. And then you're saying stuff like, well, it sounds like you're ready to stop being a renter, aren't you?
Yes.
Well, before you and I talked, it really sounded like you're a modified buyer, aren't you? It doesn't need to be a concise thought to have a tie down to it, but you can anchor just about anything. Barney the dinosaur was very friendly, right? It's how you do it. Why don't you give it a shot, Miss Cindy? Give me a good tie down. And then what we do in the tie downs, you want to deflect and you want to drop your tone, slow it down so it gets more of an authoritative point instead of a high pitch agreement.
And it's on any specific topic, does it matter?
Anything. I just want you to learn how to use the mnemonic device and get you a little bit more agreement.
Okay. So, Mr. Buyer, we have just viewed this home that checks off most of your boxes. Wouldn't you agree?
There you go. We have. So we've just viewed this home and it checks off most of your boxes. Wouldn't you agree?
So let's put in an offer.
There you go. So it sounds like to me the next step is that we get together, we put in an offer. Wouldn't you agree? Isn't that correct? Right? So every day you guys join in the Scripps call, you learn a little bit more, right?
Right.
Got some head nods, got some smiles, all right? So the more you practice these things, the more that you use them in normal conversation, the more that you practice the actual purposeful use of your tonality and body language, you're going to get more agreement. Got it?
Got it.
Now you're picking up. Now you're picking up. Sarah's like, yeah, I got you. I got you. I saw what you did there. So I want to say thank you so much for joining us, guys. Thursday, it's a wonderful thing. It's 8:30 in the morning. What are you going to do with your days? Go out there, lead generate for some awesomeness, change somebody's life. But ultimately, nothing works unless you do. So we'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place, different shirts.
Thanks, Dan.
Thank you.